Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jaden, and today I want to talk about the best evolution of music video ever made. Do you have a piece of media where you were like maybe 4 or 5, maybe 3 if you were cognitively there? But like you were either staying up way too late or you woke up in the middle of the night and the TV was on? Or I guess now for younger Gen Z, it'd be like you were on your iPad watching YouTube videos or something. Just like surfing YouTube, looking at clips, or maybe TikTok. That's scary. No, TikTok didn't exist yet. We're safe. But I feel like everyone does. Like one, at least. And this was mine. The Josie and the Pussycats in Musical Evolution, directed by Jonas Odell. Yes, I have directors. I have the names, I have the receipt. But this one, I think it's 1 minute and 38 seconds. I'll have it in a card above. I think it's a little card, or I think it's called a card. But when I don't know, this came out in 2001. Big year. So I was 2, maybe. I went on the IMDb page and there was nothing else but the year that it came out, so that's all I have to work with. If you know, let me know. If you know. Okay, so whenever this was rerunning, I'm pretty sure I saw it on Boomerang. I loved to watch Boomerang when I stayed up late, because all of the other channels had night versions of them. So like Nick at Night, Adult Swim, and Disney Channel would just play shows that I was not interested in. So I went to Boomerang because they still had cartoons on. I could always trust Boomerang. So I would just sit on that channel and watch whatever was on, like Tom and Jerry or the Jetsons or the Flintstones, whatever. I was at its discretion, truly. But then they would have these shorts in between and the little, what are those called? Sidecars? Or maybe in-betweens, I'm not sure. But just little shorts that were so fun and musically interesting. So when this came into my worldview, I was like, oh my, they've done it again. It's so good. But now that I'm kind of using nostalgia to get through this very, very hard time, but I want to do it in a healthy way, and so I'm just making art about the things that I like. That probably was not sonically pleasant, so sorry about that. If I'm going to make art about these characters, I want to know more about them. And so that's where this video comes in. I looked up stuff about the characters and I'm going to talk about them. So here we go. Josie and the Pussycats started as a comic book, very fun, very early cartoon. They started as Archie comic characters. So for younger people than me, I guess, that would be Riverdale. I wonder if they were ever in Riverdale. I never watched it, so let me know if they were. That would be fun. Or maybe not, considering the writing of that show, I've heard. But that means that they were made by Dan DeCarlo. I don't know if he made Archie comics. I only looked up stuff pertaining to Josie and the Pussycats, so I already broke my rule of saying the band. I won't do a counter, but you can do one if you want. So then, after the comic had assumedly success, that wasn't good grammar. After the comic was assumedly successful, it got a 16-episode series that ran from 1970 through 1972. And that was a hanna-barbera production show. So think Scooby-Doo. And it was very Scooby-Doo. It was them running around playing concerts around the world. They're a band. And solving mysteries, getting into hijinks, doing chase scenes to their own music, might I add. That's iconic. I love that. It's like a branding dream. It's like all-encompassing in a medium, you know? And speaking about the similarities between Scooby-Doo and Josie and the Pussycats, the animated series, it's kind of like if Hex Girls were the main characters and if they were also cat-themed and a pop band. So it's like the 2 skips ahead, or 2 skips away from that just being a reality, which I think they should do, because a Hex Girl show would be amazing, or like mini-series, and having Josie and the Pussycats in that show at some point would be an even bigger sleigh. Exponential slayage, you know what I mean. I'll end my pitch. But after its initial 2-year run, they reconceptualized it to Josie and the Pussycats in outer space. And that ran from 72 to about 74 with new releases. It was another 16 episode release vibe, but then reruns ran until 76. So it had a 4-year on-air time. I do a deviation from the original concept is that I chose cheetah print instead of leopard. Sorry if that is making anyone crazy. I just thought it would be nice. I like cheetah print. I think I like the solid spots instead of the like kind of openness of a leopard print. I don't know. I like the contrast more. But that's just a me thing. I made the art, so I put it in there. Feel free to make your own. Back to, let's actually talk about these three. So we got the namesake of the band, Josie, Love. She's the singer and the guitarist and I think main songwriter. She was credited as. And then we have Valerie, the tambourinist, if you could imagine. And she was actually the first regularly reoccurring black character in a cartoon show. Like a Saturday morning cartoon. That's insane. And it was 1970. Like, that's wild. She was voiced by two actresses over the 2 shows span of time. Barbara Perriott and Patrice Holloway. That's fun, Perriott and then Patrice. It's like they connect. What if they're both from Pennsylvania? But that's so iconic. Those 2 women were the first. Like they played the first animated black woman, and the first animated black character was a woman being a pop star. Like that's, excuse my French, that's cunt. Like I love that. Happy Black History by the month. Happy Black History Month, by the way. I really wanted to put a lot of effort into Valerie in my piece because she is so iconic. Like, I remember seeing her in this video and having, like, euphoria of being like, look at her. She's just amazing, iconic. But we cannot forget Melody. She is the drummer, blonde drummer, super cool. And that's the band. I think their characterizations were that Josie was the leader type. I'll put it in Scooby-Doo terms. I think Josie was the Fred, and Daphne combined, probably. And then Valerie was the Velma, and Melody was Scooby and Shaggy combined. And that seems like a fair analysis from my limited research. But I feel confident in saying it. Now that we kind of have a basic history of them as an entity, let's talk about their resurgence, because these characters were from the 70s, so their resurgence was in 2000 or 2001 as this short came out, but also a movie came out. They made a movie featuring or starring Rachel Lee Cook as Josie, and she was in 1999. Hey, birth year. She was in She's All That. And then in 2017, she was in Midsummer Night's Dream. For all of my Shakespeare heads, Valerie was played by Rosario Dawson, who was in Rent in 2005. She was Mimi, and she was in Sin City, also in 2005. Big year for Rosario Dawson. And in 2017, she was in the Lego Batman movie. She played Barbara, so love that for her. And then Melody, it really places it in the early 2000s if Rachel Lee Cook and Rosario Dawson didn't. But she was played by Tara Reid, not sure, who is, and you know who she is. She's in The Big Lebowski in 1998, which I recently watched for the first time. I am not a movie watcher. But then she was also in an episode of Ghosts in 2023. So, hey, love that she's still out there, vibing. I need to watch this movie. Streaming has ruined everything. I don't want, just give me the movie. I pay for things so I can watch movies, and then you don't have the movie. Give me the movie. I want the movie. Because the cast is star-studded. We have those 3 award-winning actresses, and then we have Alan Cumming, Parker Posey, and more. I feel like it's my right to watch this movie as someone who's born in the late 90s, and I'll find a way. I'll find a way. I just haven't yet. But you know what I have watched? The CN Groovie. And I love how it was called the CN Groovie. Cartoon Network, RIP. The branding, it was just so good. Something occurred, which is really sad, but hopefully something better comes from it. We just gotta get through right now so that the future can be better for everyone. You know, animators, American citizens, global citizens, you know. Let's keep on track. No doomerism, no doomerism. Push it all away. Using nostalgia. We're gonna get through this. We can make it better. CN Groovie. Like I said before, the short was directed by Jonas Odell. The concept and one of the writers was Craig Sven Gordon. He also did the music with Michael Kohler. And to my surprise, I always thought that each of these different genres, which I'll go through in a second, I thought they were like, oh, we'll pull a singer from this genre, a singer from this genre. Because, you know, like, that would be a thing I would assume. But they found a loophole by finding the extremely talented Christina Fincher. I don't know how, but the way she changes her voice to fit these styles of singing is magical. True art, that's an artist. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies and gentlemen, we got her. She has the range, literally. You know, when it's kind of like Sam Smith. The first time I heard them sing, I was like, oh, that's a black person. Like, I know my people when I hear them. And then I saw a picture of them, and I said, that's not my people. Well, it is my people, but it's a different my people. You know? So I was befuddled. And I experienced a similar thing when I saw Miss Christina's face. I said, who's that white lady? And what did she do with the rest of those people? She is the rest of those people. And I love her for that. I also looked up everyone, like all of the names that I gave for this project. They didn't list any of the animators, which is really sad, but it's on Night Owl Studios' YouTube channel. So I would assume that it was them who animated it? Possibly. The IMDb page did not have much to go on, and I apologize for that, but whoever did this, shout out to you. Let's talk about the genres it goes through, or my highlights for this, and then I'll talk about the art a little before we end. So we start off a beautiful, kind of psychedelic 60s, or no, it's very 70s. Of the time of the show, not me putting it together in real time. So, opening sequence with them in their leopard print catsuits, tails, ears. Valerie has 2 tambourines that she's going crazy on. Please watch this. Please watch this short. It's just so good. I need people to experience it. Then we go into disco, obsessed with Valerie's hair animating into the afro, or the little, that's amazing for me. As someone with an afro, I love it. Big fan. And then I don't think if it's drawn, someone went ham on that disco ball. But I think it is just like a masked out, or maybe it's just a background that they filmed with an actual disco ball spinning, but I'm obsessed with it. It's so, I stared at it. I was like, that's amazing. Because that's disco. Like, you're immediately in a discotheque. Then we get Josie with the red mohawk jumping into frame. Punk rock vibes, immediate switch up. The style, the sketchy, The styling of this video is amazing. Just every scene is a different style of like visual style of animation, I'll say. And it's just beautiful. Like the magazine clipping lyrics around them, the characters breaking instruments multiple times throughout the scene, but still playing them. And the next shot, hilarious. Then we get the backdrop, country, paper dolls, love. The giant screw joints is really funny to me. And they didn't have to do the cut to the line dance, but they did. And I appreciate them for that because it's my favorite part. It's so cute. And the one, I think it's a shirt that says I heart JCP. Oh no, JPC. That's hard to say. But wow, very now, very in. Line dancing being back now is kind of a funny, like, or I guess it never went away, but like younger generations getting into it, obsessed. Then we get into the hard rock / metal. I didn't study music, so I don't know genres, like where the hard cutoff is. It also doesn't help that in the last couple of years, genres have kind of melded together, especially in the K-pop, like global pop space, but maybe just more to a higher degree in those spaces, because it's just kind of everywhere. All genres are kind of like, there's a slash in every song, if you know what I mean. Every song is a multi-hyphenate. But I think this is a hard rock. It's the Kiss sponsorship of the video. The headbanging wigs they have. Bust downs. 40 inches. Probably more. That's a lot of volume. Well, no. I guess if you're just measuring by the length, the volume doesn't really add much. Maybe just to the height. But this isn't a wig styling thing. Oh, and then the Gene Simmons Valerie moment. It's so good. I love it. And the characterization they have for Melody of her about to hit the gong and then looking around super confused as the techno beats come in. It's amazing. And then the drop. It's a perfect video. It's a perfect song. I wonder if these kinds of videos are what started the mixing of genres, because it is kind of like you're taking all of these genres and interlacing them between each other. It's like not done, it's done in a very formulaic way, but still like the concept is still there. That's something to think about. But back to the techno section, it's the inspiration, if you didn't already notice, for the color scheme of this drawing. So loving that. The first time I saw Josie with the huge pigtails, I was like, whoa, that's what Blossom would look like. Or it's like a mix of Blossom and Bubbles as a grown person. And I always thought that was good character design. It's very memorable. Truly, all of the character designs in this are memorable. It's all beautiful. But having DJ Josie like fist pumping while Melody and Valerie are in the back on the synths, just like going ham on 10,000 keyboards. It was awesome. And then we get back to the classic to end it out. It's just a perfect circle. Love it. Beautifully done. I know I have no skin in this game. Skin in this game? I think that's a saying. I have no, like, I'm not an animator. I'm not a musician. I'm just a person. But I do love this. So, I think that's enough for me to gush about the art that this is. Not enough people are giving it appreciation. Well, that's not true. I did see a Reddit thread about this, I think from, people were posting on it from like 7 months ago, I think. So, I'm glad that people remember, I'm glad that people remember this. And if I can help keep that memory alive, even for just like one person, that's enough. Job done. Good job, everyone. We're getting raises this year, and here's a $20,000 bonus type vibe, you know? Let's quick fire about the art. These are my three favorite parts of the video: the disco, the techno, and the country. Country for the line dance and the paper doll. Disco because Valerie gets an afro and Josie is singing like how she is singing. Thank you, Christina, once again. Yes. So I gave her an even bigger afro and a Cher-inspired jumpsuit, because it's very 70s, the Sonny and Cher show. I think, maybe it's the 60s. No, she was like modeling in this. Well, I guess she could have been doing both. She was basically modeling on the TV show. Never mind. And then the techno DJ Josie, which was just like me having a rager at 4 or 5 years old when I watched this. And I was like, whoa, this is what being an adult is going to be like. It's not, but it kind of is. So, hey, we're up, am I right? Thanks for listening to me talk about this art that I really like. I love it. I hope you like it. I hope you like the art I made for it, or inspired by it. For it and inspired by it. You know, I hope you make some art today if you want to. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you next time. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Bluesky if you want. You can also subscribe to this channel and give a like if you liked the video. I hope to see you next time or some other time. Either way, be safe and make good choices. Goodbye!